The Hevajra Tantra, Hevajra Tantram, read by Angus Cargill. Chapter 5, Section 2, The Arising of Hevajra. Then the Vajra-holding king, the all-bestowing Lord Hevajra, whose intrinsic nature subsumes all forms, clearly explained the maṇḍala. Seated in Sukhavati, with a nature that subsumes all forms, he generated his own maṇḍala from the seed syllable of Vajra mind. He has 16 arms, 8 faces, 4 feet, and inspires dread. A hero garlanded with human skulls, he is clasped around his neck by Nairātmyā. Nairātmyā herself addresses the hero, the wearer of the 5 mudras. You have explained our maṇḍala, encircled by the 15, but I have not previously learned what your maṇḍala is like, Lord. After kissing Nairātmyā, inserting his Vajra into her kapala, and rubbing her breasts, the Deva reveals the maṇḍala. The circle, as previously explained, is adorned with long and short garlands of pearls. It has 4 corners, 4 doors, and is decorated with Vajra strings. I am in the center, together with you, beautiful-faced one, impassioned with great passion, partaking in the nature of innate joy. I have 8 faces, 4 feet, and a graceful array of 16 arms. I stand astride the 4 maras, terrifying even to the terrible. I wear a necklace of human heads and stand on a sun disk absorbed in dance. Black-colored and terrifying, I hold a crossed Vajra at my head. Shouts of hum come from my mouth, and my body is smeared with ashes. Absorbed in mutual pleasure, while joined in union with Nairātmyā, I attain unfluctuating bliss, possessing a nature without conceit. My main face is intensely black, and the right resembles jasmine. The face on the left is red and terrifying, and the face on top is dreadful. I am richly arrayed with 24 eyes, and my remaining faces are the color of a black bee. As you and I sport with intense pleasure in the city of delight, Gauri emerges in Indra's quarter, elegantly poised in the eastern door. Chaurika is the next to emerge through the process of churner and churned. She emerges in the southern door as Chauri the doorkeeper. Vaitali is the next to emerge, resulting from uniting the bola and the kakola. She emerges in the western door and stands crushing the maras. Gasmari is the next to emerge during absorption in the great copulation. She emerges in the northern door, appearing in a terrifying form. Pukasi is the next to emerge through the frictional union of the two. She emerges in Ishana's quarter, appearing in a wrathful form. Shabari emerges next in the quarter of fire by means of the churning method. Chandali arises in the Rakshasa's quarter, and Dombi in the quarter of wind. The Vajra holder and his Vija then melt from great passion. The goddesses then urge him to rise again, offering him various songs. Arise, Lord, with thoughts of compassion. Rescue me, Pukasi. Leave behind this empty nature. Impassion me, united in great bliss. I will die without you. You must arise, Hevajra. Leave behind this empty nature. Let Shabari's goal be accomplished. After exhorting the world, Lord of pleasure, why do you remain in emptiness? I, Chandali, declare that without you I cannot find direction. Hey, trickster, Arise. I can read your mind. I, Dombini, will faint. Therefore do not sever your compassion. An elephant, horse and donkey, and a bull, camel, human, sharaba and cat are in the 8 skull cups to the right, following the sequence with the tusker first. Earth, water, wind, flame, the moon, the sun, Antaka and Dhanada are in the 8 skull cups to the left. He possesses the 9 sentiments of dance: erotic love, heroism, disgust, wrath, humor, fearfulness, pity, wonder, and peace. Through the syllables and hum, the great Vajra holder rises from his liquid form, stomps his feet on the ground, and threatens the devas and asuras. They should be emitted from the seized syllables gam, cham, vam, gam, sam, cham, lam, and dam, and through the 2 seed syllables of the Lord, a blue om and hom, jagged with flames. One should thus visualize the Lord within the circle of matras, the city of delight, black in color and greatly terrifying, bringing pleasure to Nairātmyā. Gauri holds a knife in her right hand and a rohita in her left. Chari holds a damaru in her right hand and a boar in her left. Vetali holds a tortoise in her right hand and a lotus cup in her left. Gasmari holds a snake in her right hand and a yogin's bowl in her left. Pukasi holds a lion in her right hand and an axe in her left. Shabari holds a monk in her right hand and a Kinkirika staff in her left. Chandali holds a wheel in her right hand and a plough in her left. Dombi holds a vajra in her right hand and displays a threatening gesture with her left. Dancing in the Ardha Paryanka posture, Gauri and the rest are said to have 2 arms. They each have 3 eyes, upward flowing hair, and are adorned with the 5 mudras. Gauri is black. Chari resembles madder. Vetali resembles molten gold, and Gasmari is emerald-like. Pukasi resembles sapphire. Shabari shines like moonstone. Chandali is blue like the sky, and Dombi is of various colors. Brahma, Indra, Upendra, Rudra, Vaivasvata, Vitanayaka, Nairiti, and Vimachitrin serve as cushions for Gauri and the others. After sucking the Lord's bola, Nairātmyā worships him with devotion by kissing and embracing him tightly, and then asks for the mantra. This mantra enthralls women, threatens the wicked, threatens nagas, and crushes devas and asuras. I will teach it now. So listen, O bliss-bestowing goddess. I have not previously disclosed it to anyone else, even to Buddhas and bodhisattvas. Vajrasattva is the origin of and creator of this mantra. I am very afraid, goddess, but since I cannot deny you, I will teach you. After erecting a maṇḍala jagged with garlands of flames, Tilottama was summoned to give the initiation of Vajragarbha. The practitioner identifying as Hevajra can use this mantra to summon any woman by reciting it clearly 10,000 times in a resonant and pleasant voice. A practitioner reciting it 100,000 times while identifying with Hevajra and with a mind free of doubt will accomplish any activity. The first of the Vedas, adorned with the half moon and a dot, should be followed by these words. To the 8-faced one with orange upward flowing hair, 24 eyes, and after that, 16 arms, a body as black as a cloud, who wears multiple garlands of human skulls, has a mind of extreme cruelty, and teeth like crescent moons. Om, kill, kill, make things happen, do it, rumble, rumble, threaten, threaten, dry up the 7 oceans, bind, bind the 8 nagas, seize, seize the enemies. Ha ha, he, hu, he hi, ho how, ham ha, pat svaha. Then the goddess, gratified by the process of churner and churned, asks about the delightful maṇḍala while kissing and embracing him tightly. Then the deeply learned teacher should unite Vajra and Lotus, and while focused and elated, draw the maṇḍala himself. It should have a single enclosure, 4 doors, and shimmer with multicolored light. It should be furnished with 4 gateways, adorned with Vajra strings, and furnished with 5 lines. He should next draw 8 vases using powders made of 5 types of jewels, of grains of rice and the like, or even of bricks or charcoal taken from a charnel ground. In its center he should draw an 8-petaled lotus with filaments. On its pericarp he should draw a white human skull with 3 divisions. In the quarter of Ishana he should draw a Sharabha. In the quarter of Agni a monk. In the quarter of Nairātmyā a wheel. And in the quarter of Vayu the lord of the family. In the eastern door he should draw a knife. In the southern door a damaru. In the western door a tortoise, and in the northern door a snake. These 8 emblems are declared to have the respective colors of the goddesses. In the center he should draw a white skull that is marked with a crossed Vajra. Next he should set out the victory vase, with twigs sticking out and tied with fine cloth. Its chamber is filled with the 5 types of jewels, and it is replete with shalija. What is the use of talking so much? He should follow the maṇḍala procedure explained in the Tattva Samgraha. He should adorn the 8 vidyas of great bliss, aged 12 or twice 8 years, with necklaces and anklets, and then usher them into the maṇḍala. A mother, sister, daughter, and niece, a maternal uncle's wife, a maternal aunt, mother-in-law, and paternal aunt. These are declared to be the 8 vidyas. The yogin should worship them with tight embraces and kisses. He should drink their karpura and sprinkle the maṇḍala with it. The yogin should cause them to drink it, and accomplishment will be quickly attained. He should drink alcohol and consume flesh and shalija. He should undress her and kiss her bhaga again and again. They should suck his bola and sing and dance as well. Uniting the bola and kakola, he should play with them. Later, in the 2nd watch of the night, after covering their eyes with cloth, he should bring in the disciple and then reveal the maṇḍala. At night, in an uninhabited house, he should grant them initiation. The initiations, as already explained, are categorized into the master initiation and the rest. A good disciple should know that prior to that is the prescribed praise and worship. At that point, reality should be identified where cessation begins and the supreme ends. The pinnacle concealed in all tantras has finally been revealed. The goddess asks about that in terms of the way of worshipping the Vajra. What is that moment like, Deva? Please explain it, great Lord. The Blessed One says, "There is no beginning, no middle, and no end. There is no existence or nirvana. This is the supreme great bliss itself. There is neither self nor other." Using his thumb and ring finger, on the hand other than the right, the yogin should squeeze the 2 waves of pleasure. After that, knowledge will arise. What arises from that? It is like a virgin's pleasure, like the dream of someone mute. It occurs at the end of the supreme, during cessation. It is both empty and not empty, the heruka. This was the 5th chapter from the Hevajra Tantra, the arising of Hevajra. Chapter 6. The procedure for painting Hevajra. Hevajra embraced the goddess tightly, inserted his bola into her cup, firmly grasped her breasts, and sucked on her clitoris. He bit her lower lip, scratched her flanks with his nails, experienced the bliss of their union, and revealed the 5 mudras. The circlet is worn in homage to the master, teacher, and chosen deity, to indicate that one does not hear criticism of the master or Vajradhara. Earrings are worn in one's ears. The necklace shows that one recites mantra. Bracelets indicate that one has renounced taking life, and the girdle shows that one enjoys a mudra. The body should always be sealed with these seals of the 5 Buddhas. The goddess, making him laugh and biting his lower lip, asked Hevajra, the embodiment of the innate, the following: Lord, what method should one employ, and what conduct should be followed to execute the painting of Hevajra? Please explain this, great bliss. The Blessed One replied, An artist who holds samaya, or a practitioner who holds samaya, should create this terrifying painting, using 5 colors of paint within a human skull and a brush made from the hair of a corpse. The painting should be made with respect. The woman who spins the thread and the woman who weaves the canvas should hold the samaya and work with the blessings of samaya. Every month in a deserted house at midday on the 14th of the dark fortnight, the painter, with a wrathful mind, and after drinking some alcohol, should visualize Niramshuka on his body, take off his clothes, and consume the samaya substance, along with leftovers and impure food. To his left he should place his mudra. One who has a beautiful face, is compassionate, is graced with beauty and youth, has flowered, and is fond of the practitioner. This was the 6th chapter from the Hevajra Tantra, the procedure for painting Hevajra. Chapter 7. The Feast. Then at that moment, while Kakola and Bola were united, and she bit at his lower lip, the Devi asked, What about the text? Gratified by the union of Vajra and Lotus, the Deva proceeded to explain. Listen, fortunate goddess, as I teach about the text. Using ink made of great honey and a pen of human bone, a samaya holder should scribe the text on a birch bark 12 fingers long. Should any Dundura behold the book or the painting, the practitioner will not win accomplishment, either in this life or in the next world. It can at times be shown to those of the same tradition. When travelling, the book should be kept hidden in one's hair or at one's side. With his linga placed in her bhaga, the Vajra holder kissed her repeatedly. Once he experienced great bliss, he gave instructions on the feast. Listen, goddess with elongated eyes, about the feast enjoyed in the assembly circle, where through eating accomplishment is won that brings the fulfillment of all wishes. One should hold this feast in a charnel ground, mountain crags, a city devoid of people, a lonely place, or on the shore of the sea. One should arrange there seats consisting of 9 corpses. Alternatively, one can use tiger skins or rags from charnel ground. Taking the form of Hevajra at the center, one should then seat the yoginīs in the cardinal and intermediate directions, knowing their places as previously taught. One should eat the samaya mala tindana while seated on a tiger skin. The food should be eaten zealously there, including the royal rice. Having feasted on these, one should worship the mothers. If one ardently and continuously worships a niece, mother-in-law, mother or sister, one will gain accomplishment in the assembly circle. A disciple of great fortune should offer the master a fine one-piece skull of a great person, filled with excellent alcohol, praise him, and also drink some themselves. One should take it with the lotus gesture, return it with the same hand, and bow to him again and again. This is how the practitioners should act. This was the 7th chapter from the Hevajra Tantra, the feast. Chapter 8, Discipline. The yoginīs then asked, "What is the Great Seal like in terms of her relative aspect? Please tell us, O granter of bliss." The Blessed One replied, "She is neither too tall nor too short, neither dark nor pale, but appears like a lotus petal with a pleasant smell on her breath. Her sweat is fragrant just like the scent of deer musk, and her lotus instantly releases a scent like that of a lotus. An experienced person will note her pleasant scent of karpura and sila. She will have the scent of water lily, resembling black agar wood. She should be relaxed and unwavering, gentle in speech, pleasant in demeanor, and have elegant hair and 3 belly folds. Such a woman is commonly known as Padmini. She is the embodiment of innate joy. Having found her, one will attain accomplishment." Then Nairātmyā Yoginī asked, "What aspiration should one make, Blessed One?" The Blessed One replied, "In birth after birth, may I be born in a good family. Keep my samaya, maintain my senses, teach the Hevajra Tantra, be compassionate, and be devoted to my master. In birth after birth, may my hand ring the Vajra bell. May I chant the profound Dharma and draw forth the sexual fluid of women." Pleased with what she heard, the goddess asked the following question: "Beings are difficult to tame and unworthy. How can they become disciplined?" The Blessed One said, "First, the posada rite is prescribed, and after that the 10 moral precepts. They should then be instructed in the Vaibhashika and Sautantrika systems. After that, Yogacara should be taught, followed by Madhyamaka. Once the entire way of mantra is understood, instruction on the Hevajra Tantra should begin. If the disciple receives it with respect, there is no doubt accomplishment will ensue." This was the 8th chapter from the Hevajra Tantra, Discipline. Chapter 9, Mantra Derivation. Now I will give an accurate description of the feature of rending what is conjoined, the mere knowledge of which wins accomplishment for the practitioner. The vow holder will be able to rend a target's abdomen with his hand. United with the Heruka, and with a cruel disposition, one can certainly destroy even a Buddha through this meditation alone. After informing one's sagely master, one should kill out of compassion someone who harms the teachings or brings ruin upon a Buddha-like master. Visualizing them as an appropriate beast, one should imagine them face down to be vomiting blood and trembling with disheveled hair. One should imagine a flaming needle entering their pathway. One can kill them instantly by seeing the seed syllable of fire in their heart. In this tantra, there is no need to perform homa, display mudras, or take ritual action. This great tantra is mastered through reading. Accomplishment is reached merely by meditating. I will now reveal a supreme secret that unmistakably grants accomplishment and delightfully purifies existence. So listen, fair-faced goddess. Consider, goddess, a great jewel, shimmering with an aura of bright radiance. It would be useless if left uncut, but once cut it gleams. Samsara is a jewel in the same way, replete with the 5 types of sense pleasure. It becomes poison when not purified, but when purified becomes like nectar. The Heruka is an aspect of samsara, the Lord who rescues the world. Listen as I will speak about this form that I have taken. My eyes are red with compassion, and my body black with a loving mind. My feet are said to be the 4 means of attracting disciples. My 8 faces are the 8 liberations, and my arms the 16 types of emptiness. The 5 Buddhas are my mudras, and I am wrathful to tame the wicked. Pukasi is said to be my flesh. Shabari is likewise my blood. Chandali is said to be my semen, and Dombi my fat and marrow. My skin is the 7 limbs of awakening, and my bones the 4 truths. Nairātmyā asked, how are the mantras derived? Please explain, Mahasukha, the mantras that bring success to people's activities. The Blessed One, the great Vajra holder, the great splendor of the Vajra essence, replied, listen, goddess of great wisdom, as I teach you the mantras. First one should take Vairochana, then the 4th of the sibilants, adorned with Pukasi, surmounted with the empty one, white in color, and appended with Svaha. By reciting this 100,000 times, one can paralyze the world at any time. First take the Lord of Letters, follow it with Kechari, and append it with Svaha. This will enthrall even the Buddhas. Take the first of the Vedas, then the 2nd of the first, and join them with the empty one, followed by Svaha. This mantra, wise one, will banish even the Buddhas. First one should take Vairochana, then the 3rd of the 2nd. Join it with A, adorn it with Vari, then the empty one with Svaha at the end. This mantra will sow discord among all people. First one should take the Lord of Letters, then the 3rd of the 5th. Join it with Dakini and the empty one, and end it with Svaha. This is the mantra for hostile magic. Again, take the most eminent of letters, then the blood-like syllable hum, and end it with Svaha. With this mantra one can always summon Tilottama, Ramba, and the rest. First take the delusion family and add the syllable gu. Once again end it with Svaha. This mantra will kill gods and humans. First take Vairochana, then the 1st of the 1st, join it with Vajra, Dakini, and the 2nd of the semi-vowels. To that add another Vajra Dakini, followed by the foremost of the 1st, then add yet another Vajra Dakini, followed by the 3rd of the semi-vowels. Once again add the same semi-vowel above, and adorn them with Chauri. Hri should be added to this, and svaha again placed at the end. This is the mantra of Kurukula. Starting with the syllable Om, add the third of the fourth adorned with chari. Follow that with the fourth of the semi-vowels, and combine it with Pichu Vajra. Follow that with the fourth, the sibilants, and adorn it with Pukashi. Surmount it with the empty one, and repeat 3 times. These are followed by the second of the fifth and the first of the third, with Svaha at the end. This is the heart mantra of Hevajra. With Vairochana at the beginning, append Javala Javala and the fourth of the fifth. This is followed by the first of the semi-vowels and adorned with Gasmari. Then comes the fourth of the sibilants, adorned with Vajradakini, mounted by the empty one and repeated 3 times. Next comes the second of the fifth, joined with the first of the third, with Svaha at the end. This is the mantra of the 4-armed Hevajra. Beginning with Vairochana, add the first of the first adorned with the inner Gauri, and add the first of the third adorned with the inner Gauri. This should be repeated twice, followed by the third of the fifth and the third of the second adorned with fire. These are followed by 3 hum syllables, then by the second of the fifth and the first of the third, with svaha at the end. This is the mantra of the 6-armed Hevajra. With Vairochana at the beginning, add the first of the fourth joined with fire and adorned with Vetali. This is followed by the third of the semi-vowels, adorned with Gasmari. Then by the first of the first, joined with the first of the semi-vowels, and adorned with Vajra. This is followed by the letter Ksha, adorned with Chari, then by the first of the fifth and the fourth of the sibilants, adorned with Vajradakini. This is surmounted by the empty one and repeated 3 times. This is followed by Pat and Svaha at the end. This is the mantra of the 2-armed Hevajra. Nairātmyā is joined with the first of the first, followed by the first of the second, the first of the third, the first of the fourth, the first of the fifth, the first of the semi-vowels, and then by the first of the sibilants. Vairochana is at the beginning, and Svaha at the end. This city-shaking mantra should be recited 100,000 times. The second of the semi-vowels is followed twice by Ksha, and appended with 3 hum syllables. It begins with Vairochana, ends with Svaha, with an intervening syllable, Pat. This is the mantra for purifying the earth. The mantra that begins with Vairochana, has Vajra next, and ends with the syllable hum, is for blessing food and drink. Vairochana at the beginning is followed by Akaro Mukham, then by the third of the sibilants and the fourth of the semi-vowels, adorned with fire above it. This is followed by Damanam Vajra, Ajanutpanarvat, and then by Om Ahom Pat Svaha. This is the mantra for the barley offering related to all things. This was the 9th chapter from Hevajra Tantra, Mantra Derivation. Chapter 10, Mantra Recitation. Then the one called a Vajra being, the singular concealed content of all phenomena, kissed Nairātmyā and proceeded to describe the requisites for mantra recitation. When paralyzing, one should recite using crystal. When enthralling, red sandalwood. For hostile rites, soapberry, and when sowing discord, niramshuka. When banishing, use bone from a horse. When summoning, bone from a Brahmin. when causing rain, bone from an elephant, and when killing, that of a buffalo. When paralyzing, drink milk. When enthralling, use svachanda. When killing, use sihlaka. And when summoning, chatusama. When sowing discord, use salija. And when banishing, use kasturika. Alternatively, one may use that which ends in shva, and those beginning with shva, na, ga, and ha. This was the 10th chapter from the Hevajra Tantra, Mantra Recitation. Chapter 11. On the innate state. Tightly embracing Hevajra and biting his lower lip with her teeth, Nairātmyā asked him about the features that indicate a being's family. Placing his linga in her bhaga, the leader of the circle replied, "I will now teach on the respective families of beings. Listen, Prajna Paramita. Any woman or man who has a 9-pronged vajra at the base of their ring finger belongs to the supreme family of Akshobhya. For Vairochana it is a wheel, for Amitabha a lotus, for Ratnasambhava a great jewel, and for the activity family a sword. A yogin with a dark complexion has Akshobhya as his deity. A yogin who is very pale has Vairochana as his deity. A yogin who is dark blue has Amoga as his deity. A yogin who is deep yellow has Ratnesha as his family deity. A yogin who is pink has Amitabha as his family deity. A yogin who is pale yellow belongs to the Sattva family. Those who have mastered yoga must not disparage or hurt people. These people also belong to the Tathagata families, having assumed their relative forms. Women have these marks in just the same way that men do. They too belong to these families in terms of relative conventions and comportment. The great Vajra holder, pleased by the kissing of Bhaga and Linga, roused Nairātmya's attention by saying, "Listen, goddess, about worship. One who is skilled in yoga should always worship the Great Seal. After undressing her in a garden, a lonely place, or in his own house, kissing and embracing her, he should caress her bhaga, suck on her clitoris, and drink the nectar from her lower lip. One with a bola should always leave the marks of passion with his hand, and assume positions like the swing, knees stretched wide, and the like. The Vajra holder should arouse her again and again, while gazing at her up and down. He will attain vast accomplishment and become equal to all Buddhas. He should drink the karpura there, and because it helps bring forth karpura, he should consume flesh there, and especially alcohol." This was the 11th chapter from the Hevajra Tantra on the practice of the innate state. Chapter 12. After that, the Vajra holder taught 4 verses on the initiations. Firmly established as Vajra, take up the great Vajra and great bell. You are the Vajra master this very day. Gather your circle of disciples. Just as the children of awakening were sprinkled by the Buddhas of the past, so have you been sprinkled with my mind stream during the secret initiation. Find a goddess, find one great being who grants pleasure and a location, and who has any form that pleases the mind. Once you have found her, perform the worship. This knowledge is very subtle, like the center of the Vajra sky. Stainless, liberating, and peaceful, it is your Father. It is you yourself. The The mantras for empowering the lotus and Vajra are respectively Om, O lotus, receptacle of bliss, bestower of the bliss of great passion, partaker of the four joys. You are everything. Hum, hum, hum. Please accomplish my tasks. Om, Vajra, great hate, granter of the four joys, the one taste of the entry into the sky. O protector, hum, hum, hum. Please accomplish my tasks. The syllable Om is at the head, Hum is at the heart, and R is at the filament. This concludes Part 2, the section of the Great Sovereign Tantra on illusion. From the Great Sovereign Tantra, Hevajra who binds the web of dakinis, which comprises 2 sections, extracted from 32.